So I'll tell you, it's great to be here. Very honored and humbled to be here to serve as the Air Defense Commandant. We've got such great soldiers, families and civilians within our Army, but especially within our Air Defense branch right now. And just a true privilege to be here and serve in this capacity. I've always seen this position from growing up throughout my career. Many, different engagements over the years, but not really a good understanding of what the Commandant may have done. And obviously, as I grew through my career, began to understand more what the Commandant did, and really the influence that the Commandant has in ensuring the education and training of our current force, but also preparing our future force. And when you look at everything that Air Defense is, the Commandant really, has the role to ensure we educate and train our current force at the same time that we prepare our soldiers for our future force. And as Air Defense is getting ready to be, beginning, not getting ready, but beginning to execute the most significant modernization in the last 40 years, truly exceptional what our whole community is doing right now. I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to everything that you do, and the sacrifices that our families made to continue to serve. Truly tremendous. Just again, thank you for all you do. I'm very honored to be here. So I've been in the Army now, just hit 26 years. So of course, commissioned Air Defense Officer. People can add, but 1996. So, most of my assignments have been Air Defense assignments. I've had a couple non-Air Defense assignments. Just came out of the Pentagon, for my second time there. But other than that, I've been able to serve operationally as battery, battalion, brigade, at different points in my career, and served with our great soldiers and their family members out there. So I've been able to serve in different locations, Germany, continental U.S., and many different locations. Of course, my family and I got to spend, we got 7 years at Fort Bragg, which was pretty unusual for us at that point in time. A few deployments in there for me, but some good stability for the family. But haven't been to Korea yet, haven't been to Japan stationed there, but know that our soldiers, know what our soldiers and their families are doing over there and the sacrifices they make, and the mission that they're executing is just as significant as anywhere. So I think first we're soldiers, part of the Army, and we're soldiers, and we've signed, stated the oath to defend the Constitution, and Air Defense is part of that. I think with Air Defense, very early on, we integrated into the Joint Force, and just as now we're deployed, the Air Defense is the most deployed force in the Army, across the globe, and forward stationed across the globe. And I think one of the unique things, I shouldn't say unique, one of the great things that I saw when I was deployed in CENTCOM as a brigade commander, though I had done the mission there, and our soldiers have been doing that mission since the late 80s, early 90s, it was very awe-inspiring to see that our Air Defense soldiers were defending and protecting numerous locations across 8 different countries that totaled 10 to 15,000 soldiers, civilians, and some family members. So we're not just protecting, many times in Air Defense we'll talk about protecting assets. We're defending this critical asset. We defend our soldiers, our sailors, our Marines, along with that. That's what we're protecting. From ballistic missiles, from cruise missiles, from UASs, unmanned aerial systems, whatever that threat is in the air, we're defending and protecting our fellow soldiers, sailors, Marines, airmen, guardians, now with the Space Force. We're protecting them, all the time. And many times we're doing that, first to fire rings true. We've had the motto of first to fire since the mid-40s. And we're there positioned to be able to take that first shot from the enemy to protect our soldiers. So, when I talk about what it means to be an air defender, we're protecting, we're protecting our fellow soldiers so they can execute their mission and then accomplish the mission for the Army and our Joint Force that our civilian leaders have told us to do, to make sure we provide the freedom for the Constitution. Yeah, so I think, when we talk about being an air defender, and then we look at, the opportunities to serve our nation as an air defender, for young Americans out there. I mean, as I mentioned, air defense is starting to go through the most significant modernization in the last 40 years. So we've got some great soldiers and great capabilities and systems now that we've had during that time, but the threat's evolving. So when you look at what our adversaries across the globe are doing, advancements in ballistic missiles, to include hypersonics, advancements in unmanned aerial systems, tremendous exponential growth in unmanned aerial systems and what they can do. Advancements in cruise missiles. Ukraine's a great example. Look at what we're seeing in the Russian-Ukraine conflict. We saw it in Nagorno-Karabakh. The use of unmanned aerial systems, the use of ballistic missiles, cruise missiles to target those countries' soldiers and key infrastructure. So what, again, if we talk about what it means to be an air defender, we're bringing on even more capabilities to give that even more opportunities for young Americans to serve as an air defense soldier. Many may have heard of our Patriot system. We're modernizing that. So you've got the ability to, employ a launching station with Patriot missiles on it. You've got the ability to execute command and control and learn how to operate the system. That's firing a missile into another missile. I mean, think about a bullet into a bullet. I mean, that's what we do. That's what we do every day. Now we're figuring out how to defeat unmanned aerial systems, whether that be with another missile, what we would term as a kinetic kill, or now we're even beginning to use directed energy, whether that be lasers, whether that be high-powered microwave, whether it be some other capabilities that we're looking to bring online. You have the opportunity to work with those different systems, and we're starting to put more air defense back into our division units. That threat's really targeting the maneuver force as well. So when you look at each of our divisions, both active and our National Guard, we're looking to assessing now to build capacity and grow additional units, people and capabilities that will go into those units, which give more opportunities for even for our young Americans if they want to come in and serve, to go to different locations. That's important to a lot of our soldiers. Is they come into the Army, not just they come in to serve their country, but they want to travel the world. Now we have more locations that we can go to, and we have different type of systems. So inside air defense, when I came in 26 years ago, we really had 2 to 3 primary systems that we operated with. The way we're modernizing, we're going to have 5, 6, 7, different capabilities that a soldier can operate with throughout their career. Cutting edge of technology as well. Especially when we look at directed energy with lasers and high-powered microwave and precision navigation and timing that we work with. Just a lot of opportunities out there. And then of course, as we're some of those units are going to grow. We talked about locations, but career opportunities to come in, whether that's a lieutenant coming in or whether that's a young soldier coming in through AIT. More opportunities to grow into leadership positions, across our Army as well. And just tremendous when we look at that and think about where we will be where we are now, but really even in the next 5 to 6 years, the opportunities presented to air defense. And again, all that ties back into we're going to be there, defending against those adversarial threats, protecting our force, and enabling, those commanders to execute their mission that they've been given. So, I would say, air defense has a lot of opportunities now, and even more over the next few years. And then, as always, you get to serve with your battle buddy out there. So there'll be, great with air defense. When you look at the soldiers in air defense, very diverse. As the Army is, but our air defense is just the same. So all the soldiers from all that have come in from all over the world, from all over the United States. Every ethnicity, every background coming together to be part of that team that executes that mission to protect, to defeat those threats and protect our force and enable our commander to execute the mission.